Good morning, Year 4. I hope you're well. Welcome to your spelling session for this week. So today we are going to be focusing on adding the suffix ation to the end of root words. Now, we're going to be creating nouns with these root words and the suffix ation. And I want you to see, first of all, using the words that are part of your spellings for this week, can you spot any rules that we need to know when adding ation to our root words? So we have got these words here. So we've got 10 spelling words that are going to be your spelling words. I want you to think, well, you've got the suffix ation. So what is the root word? So for example, for information, you've got ation. So the root word is inform. It's this verb inform. Do you have to change anything to add ation on? Or does it stay the same? Why? Okay, I want you to do that with the following words. Have a think. Can you think of any rules that you have to change to make your word with the suffix ation on? So pause the video here, write the words down and really think, wow, what rules can I see? Can I see any rules about this one? Location. What was this word before? Locate. So what has had to be taken away from that locate to make location? Okay, that's what I mean. So pause the video here, have a go at that now, please. Okay, did you manage to find some rules? Now, don't worry if you found all the rules. We're going to talk about them now. So, the first one uses the example of the word information. So, if this root word doesn't end in an E, no change is needed when adding ation. So, we've got here inform, add, ation equals information. There is no E at the end of this root word, so nothing changes. The words simply, well, our root word inform, our suffix ation, merge together, nothing changes, nothing's added. You get the word information. Now, another rule is if the root word ends in an E, but not in an A-T-E, you have to forget about the E when the ation is added. Now, you might be thinking, Miss Newman, what do you mean? Let me show you some examples. So we've got here imagine, add, ation gives you imagination. But can you see, because it ends in an E, you have dropped the E and just merged them together. So this time you have imagine, ation. Imagine ends in an E, bye bye E. Now we can merge them together. Another example, sensation makes sensation. This word, our root word, ends in an E, so we have to remove the E, stick them together now, make sensation. Look, the E is not in our final word. Preparation, so you've got prepare-ation. We've got the E on the end, we need to knock that E off, preparation. Organisation, we've got the E on the end, so that goes away and we make organisation with no E. And finally, add-ation makes adoration, okay, and we knock the E away. Our final word, if the root word ends in an A-T-E, then we drop the A-T-E when the ation is added. So firstly, if the root word doesn't end in an E, is there any change? Nope. But if the root word ends in an E, what changes? The E is dropped. But if it ends in an A, T and E, what is dropped? The ATE. And let's look at some examples of that. So concentrate, add ation is concentration. So you can see here that this ATE has gone, concentration. Okay. Next one, exaggerate and ation. We don't say exaggerate-ation. Doesn't make sense, does it? We say exaggeration because we drop the ATE, giving it exaggeration. Next one, location, location. We drop the ATE. And finally, educate and ation, making education. So that is our rules for today's words. Okay, so knowing these rules is going to really help you out with how to spell them. Knowing that if it doesn't end in an E, if the root word doesn't end in an E, then you spell it as it is and you merge the two together. If it does end in an E, you drop the E, and if it ends in an ATE, you drop the ATE too. Can you think of any other ation words that would fit in each column? Pause the video and have a think. Okay, for this next task, I need you to have your resources in front of you. I need you to have your resources with this week's spellings on. So it will be in your spelling resource for today. You will have your spellings in resource 1, 2, and 3. So whatever part of the task you choose, just make sure you have all your 10 spellings in front of you for today, because I need your help now. Mr. Whoops has got in a terrible muddle with his sentences, and we need to help him to put the correct spelling in each one. So the first one is, for the camping trip, Nisha packed her tent, sleeping bag and airbed into the van. What word of your spelling list do you think should go in here? Would it be in adoration for the camping trip? Does that make sense? Oh no, it's going to be preparation. So he got prepared in preparation for the camping trip. She packed her tent, sleeping bag and airbed. Well done. Next one then. Bernard Biggins, the chief executive, was in charge of the whole... Oh, what was he in charge of? Pause the video, see if you can find any spelling words that would make sense here, okay? Off you go. Okay, so he was in charge of something. So if he was in charge of something, he's going to be in charge of the whole organisation. So an organisation is a group of people or a business, and Bernard Biggins was obviously in charge of this organisation. Fantastic. Okay, next one. During the championship chess final, Viktor Sularov needed to give the game his complete... What did he need to give the game his complete? Look at your words and think, what word would go in there? Pause the video and have a think. Did you get it right? His complete concentration. So he had to really focus hard on this chess game because it was the final. He had to really concentrate. Well done. As part of the orienteering activity, now orienteering is where you have maybe a location that you need to go. I think I've just given you the answer there. You have a place that you need to go and you use lots of clues to find out where to go. So the club scout leader gave the specific of the hidden treasure. So pause the video, what word should go there? Did you get it right? It was location, and I did accidentally tell you that, but hopefully not a lot of you noticed. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Unable to believe from their fans, the singers' eyes welled up with tears as they stood on stage. So what is this missing word here? Pause the video, have a look at your list. How did you do? Did you get the right word? Adoration. So when you have adoration for something, you really love something, you feel really passionately about something. So the fans had obviously felt really a high amount of adoration from these singers. Okay, we didn't go through all of them there, but we did go through a few of them. Now, these are your spellings for this week. You need to make sure that you practice them very hard because I will be testing you on them next Monday, okay? So from this term, I'm going to start testing you on your spellings weekly. And for those of you who get 10 out of 10, might get a little something when we go back to school, okay? But you must be honest. So, you need to work hard to practice these Asian suffix words, and you do have 3 tasks for today. So your first task is your look, say, cover, write and check sheet. Then you must put all of them in sentences. So I've given you an example here. The teacher gave me some extremely important information. Now I want to challenge you. Lots of children have took on this challenge, but if you haven't, now is your time. Can you have a go at writing sentences not starting with I? So instead of saying I had this information, I felt adoration, I had a sensation, let's try and make more inventive, imaginative sentences, and that will really help you to then use these words in your writing. And that's my second challenge. I want you to see if you can use any of these words in your English writing this week. And finally, practice your spellings. If you've got someone at home who can practice them with you, play some spelling games, spelling bingo maybe where you get 2 spellings, one of them's the correct one, one of them's the incorrect one, you need to circle the correct one, okay? You will be tested next Monday, okay? So have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in our next lesson. Goodbye, Year 4.